guys, in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. So guys, before we head into our thoughts and feelings on Maleficent number 2, there's probably bound to be some spoilers that float around in this video, so if you've not seen the movie, you might want to stay clear for a little bit. So, let's get going, Stephanie, but first, I'm going to put on my Maleficent Mickey ears in honor of our review. Okay. And I even got my Maleficent shirt on. I'm just all decked out, you guys. So, I'm a weirdo, it's okay. Stephanie, how did you feel about Maleficent number 2?
Well, we discussed this, that don't really remember much from the first film. Just like little things here and there. And I didn't realize it was 5 years old. The first movie.
You know what?
5 years ago.
Because Philip was even
and then
saying,
he mentioned it's been 5 years, and then I went later and looked to see the release date, and I was like, shoot, it was been 5 years.
Because Prince Philip, when he's proposing to Aurora, he's like, it's been 5 years since I met you, and I was like, wait, has it been 5 years since the movie? I guess it has.
It really has been. But last I saw it was when we first saw it in theaters, so don't remember much, but this second one I feel like I enjoyed a lot more than the first one. Went by really fast to me. It was 2 hours, and I didn't feel like we were sitting there for 2 whole hours watching it. Because I just feel like I remember the first one being a bit slow, so...
Yeah, I
feel like there's much improvement.
I have very similar thoughts about the first movie, because the first movie just really frustrated me, and I was just irritated about some things, and I just was not impressed with that first movie. It just made some choices. I was like, no. But yeah, I actually really liked this second movie because the second movie is based off of nothing. You know,
they can create their own thing.
Yeah, it's not based off of anything. It's not based off of Sleeping Beauty, because the first movie was based off of Sleeping Beauty, and this one is just its own thing. It's just a sequel, you know? So yeah, I really enjoyed this second movie. I did. There was things about I just preferred it. I just preferred the story and how the characters were depicted.
And maybe it was because it didn't have to follow anything.
Yeah, it didn't
maybe
have to follow anything.
That's just why it's maybe might have been a little better.
Yeah.
It wasn't so strict.
Yeah. I guess just to get some of my negatives out of the way first, I suppose. Some of my negatives. I don't know what it is with the CGI. Is it just me? The CGI is god awful. It's horrible.
I like it to a degree.
It's horrible.
I think the only part I don't like is the fairies. I like the rest of the CGI though. I think the rest of it looks good.
It's like, I don't like how, the 3 fairies are. There's just something about them. They look so fake. They look so fake, and it's like, just no. Because I had that similar problem with the first movie too. I had a huge problem with the CGI. It was just so horrible. And I just did not like what they did with the fairies, and I continue to still not like it. It's just the animation, it's too cartoonish. I know the movie is intended for children, but...
Is it?
Yeah, especially some of them outfits Angelina Jolie was wearing. Good God, is it intended for children? But yeah, I know it's supposed to be for children, and yeah, a lot of times these family movies, they make the CGI very colorful and vibrant, but yeah, at the same time it just looks so horrible, because it's just not meshing right to me. It just doesn't mesh appropriately. Negatives, CGI still wasn't working for me. The fairies, the main 3 fairies, it's like, please stop. They're irritating.
They look like disproportional.
Yeah, they do.
Their heads are massive.
Yeah.
They got massive heads, and then their bodies are kind of normal.
I think they're intended to look that way, but it looks stupid.
Yeah.
But I do like
shouldn't have not been in there at all.
I do like the little creatures. There was like a couple little creatures, like a little mushroom-headed dude.
Yeah.
And then that little porcupine-looking thing was cute.
I like the tree.
And then I guess as far as another negative, I don't know. I felt like the story, it was trying to force a story almost. Like, we don't really have much to say, because it's like the bulk of what's going on, everything is surrounding the marriage of Philip and Aurora. And it's like, well, we need to give Maleficent herself something to do. And they come up with that there's a whole other community of other people like her. And it's like I really felt like that sometimes didn't go nowhere, and it's like there wasn't much to do. Because we were talking about this after the movie, I just felt like Angelina Jolie, Maleficent, I feel like, was it just me? I just didn't feel like Angelina Jolie was barely in the movie. And more than anything, all she did a lot was stare around corners really sexy. You know, stare around corners really sexy. She hardly had any dialogue, you guys. She hardly had any dialogue in the whole movie. And she was just mostly there to look sexy and pretty. She didn't really do much.
Maybe they need a prequel with all the Fae people.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sweet. Maybe they need a
lot of that,
prequel movie.
A lot of the stuff with the community of the Fae people, her people, it just all felt anticlimactic to me, almost. It's like, Chiwetel Ejiofor, you cast Chiwetel, however the hell his name is pronounced. Chiwetel Ejiofor, however the hell his name is pronounced. You cast him, and like I said, we're getting into some spoilers, you guys. And I thought he was going to be kind of a big person in the story, but he kind of died off fairly quickly. It's like he was there purely for just plot convenience to kind of die and pass knowledge to Maleficent, you know? Because, yeah, he didn't have a big role, because, what's his name, Ed Skrein? Mm-hmm. Is that his name? The character Ed Skrein was playing. He was actually in it way more than Chiwetel Ejiofor, which is weird. You know? He was a much more interesting character than Chiwetel Ejiofor.
That's because he's busy, ain't got time.
I don't know. So yeah, the community of the people like Maleficent, just something kind of anticlimactic about that. And like, it almost seemed like it was thrown in there for the sake of having some sort of additional plot, and just, there wasn't much going on, you know? So yeah, as far as the plot went, just not a lot going on for me. You know, it's like there was a lot going on with like Aurora and Philip and that whole thing, and Michelle Pfeiffer. I really loved Michelle Pfeiffer. It's like whenever it got away from that, you know, I actually got a little bored when it got away from all that, because I was like, go back to Michelle Pfeiffer, because she's doing some crazy stuff and I want to watch her. Did you not like Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, but
I really loved, seriously, I loved all the stuff going on with Michelle Pfeiffer, because I kept getting Cersei Lannister vibes, you guys. I was like, this is a lady, because I was like, I know she's evil. You know, they let you know fairly early Michelle Pfeiffer's evil. And I was like, she's a lady out for power, trying to grab the throne. She says she's doing it for her son, but is she? So yeah, I was definitely getting some Cersei Lannister vibes off of her. I was loving it. So yeah, every time it kind of left her and kind of what was going on there with like Philip and Aurora and her, I was like, no, I want to go back, because yeah, I was really bored with a lot of the Angelina Jolie stuff until the ending and the beginning. You know, the ending and the beginning with Angelina Jolie was great. But all that middle stuff with her was just...
I loved it. No, because then I loved too. I liked when her hair was down.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, man, there's Angelina Jolie, like right there. Like that's what we've been needing these years.
I don't want to objectify Angelina Jolie, but good God, she was really hot in this.
She was. I was like, man, she's gorgeous.
We're straight women, but I was like, good Lord.
Because I miss Angelina being in film and stuff, and, you know, being all cool and sexy looking, and yeah, finally she let her hair down. Didn't even know there was hair under there.
Just remember in the first movie they showed her with her hair down quite a bit.
I was like, yay, but then they showed her with the horns, but the whole get up back on. And it's like, oh man.
So yeah, I mean, that was some negatives for me personally. Just the CGI is god awful. The middle of the story kind of fell apart for me. It's like I love the beginning and the end, but the middle just kind of fell apart for me. Especially whenever it went away from Michelle Pfeiffer. Do you have any additional negatives? Because those are my negatives. No? Okay. I guess moving on to the things that worked about the movie, I liked kind of the overall theme and message, or whatever the movie was trying to do, because Maleficent, you know, she's supposed to be a villainous character. She's tackling her villainy in this movie. You know, like, is she good? Is she bad? She's trying to, you know, because everyone says she's evil, but she's not evil. You know, everyone has an impression of who she is, but she's not that person anymore, who she was in the first movie, you know? Because Aurora sees her for who she is, but everyone else is trying to vilify her and make her into the villain. Because that's exactly...
Like bringing up past stuff.
That's exactly what Michelle Pfeiffer is doing in the movie. She's purposely attacking and antagonizing Maleficent to be a villain.
This is hoping she is.
Yeah, she's trying to antagonize her into being the villain because, yeah, she has her own motives going on behind the scenes, and she needs to make Maleficent into the bad guy instead of herself, you know?
She's trying so hard at dinner.
And yeah, I loved when Aurora at the end is like, "You're my mom," you know, because, yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer's like, "Oh, Aurora's gonna be my daughter now." Maleficent don't like that. But yeah, I love that whole ending, and
she called her godmother the whole time.
Yeah,
She
so I
called her
loved,
mom.
yeah, I love that whole ending, and Aurora's like, "You're my mother," and this and that. It was beautiful. I did think I enjoyed this version of Philip more than the first one. Brenton Thwaites played Philip in the first movie, and I do like Brenton Thwaites, but I don't really remember him. I was like, I know Brenton Thwaites was in the first one, but I just don't really remember him that well. I
didn't realize that the actor even changed, because I didn't even know who was Prince Philip in the first film.
Apparently Stephanie didn't know there was a casting. Yeah, Stephanie didn't know there was a casting change. What is his name? Harris Dickinson, I think his name is Harris Dickinson. I actually kind of like the casting change there with him. I like that they did more with Philip. I mean, he still kind of seems one-dimensional. He's a Disney prince. Disney princes are usually one-dimensional. He's just there. He loves Aurora. He wants to marry her. That's kind of the extent of where his character is, you know. But I like that casting change. He worked for me.
Well, at least though he didn't like stick up for his mother, you know, because usually in roles like that, for a while, like you would think he would be like, "Oh no, my mother wouldn't do this."
She wouldn't do anything. Yeah, I was about to be mad at him.
But yeah, he like immediately was like, "What's my chick doing, all banged up looking and stuff?
Yeah,
I should go save her."
I was about to get irritated with Prince Philip if he was going to side with his mother, because I was like, if he sides with his mother, no marriage for me. You know, I was like, no marriage, because then he needs to backtrack and apologize. And it's like, I don't want that crap. You know, Aurora, he needs to either be totally 100% Aurora or not Aurora at all.
Yeah. If he loves her, then he would believe her.
Yeah,
because she immediately was like, "Oh yeah, your mom poked your dad's hand with the
spindle, the sleeping curse,"
and immediately he's like, "Oh shoot."
So yeah, I like the casting change with Prince Philip. I mean, he didn't really do much like he did in the first movie, but still, I think I'm going to remember him a little better, I think, than Brenton Thwaites, possibly. And yeah, Aurora was Aurora. It's like they didn't really do much with her in movie 1 either. They didn't really do much with her in movie 2 either. Aurora, she's just Aurora. She's there.
I don't remember how she became princess of the Moors.
Because I think Maleficent kind of gave her that title. I think. Yeah, I think it's just a title.
They're talking about her being princess of the Moor, and I'm like, the heck are they talking about?
You know, and yeah, I can't even remember what happened in movie 1, because what happened to Aurora's parents? I know her father got killed, because Maleficent killed her father, right? Because her father...
I believe so.
Because Aurora's father, if I'm not mistaken, he had a past with Maleficent, right? And he ripped her wings out, because it was almost like a rape scene when he ripped her wings out. Remember? It was kind of horrifying. Yeah. The scene was rather horrifying.
Getting when he ripped flashbacks.
Yeah, when he ripped her wings out, it was rather horrifying. And yeah, Maleficent killed him, right?
I believe so.
Or was it something accidental? I can't remember. That's the thing, I can't remember. But yeah, what happened to Aurora's mom? Or was there no mom?
I don't remember.
Because yeah, they kept saying that Aurora had, because Michelle Pfeiffer was like, "Oh, she has a castle." But Aurora was like, "Oh, I gave it to the people." And it's like, well, where's your mom and dad? I remember your dad died, but where's your mom? Is she dead too? I can't remember. We need a rewatch of the first movie. But yeah, the movie wasn't, I don't know, I felt like it wasn't doing a good job of kind of rehashing the memory. You know? Who else haven't we talked about? Raven Boy.
Boy.
Yeah, we thought he was a crow, but he's a raven, apparently. He's like, "I'm a raven!" I love him. I wish I needed more. I loved him in the first movie, because I remember him. I remember.
That's the only thing we remember from the first film.
I clear as day remember
Raven Boy.
Yeah, the Raven Boy. I clear as day remember him from the first movie, and I was really happy when I saw that he was going to be in the second one, because I was like, "Oh, goody," because I liked him a lot. Yeah, he did a little bit more in this. He had a lot of really comedic moments, especially right there before the the pre-wedding feast or whatever that was, getting to know the parents. And he's sitting there teaching Angelina Jolie to smile. Use less fang.
It was funny because you would think she'd get mad at him. She never got mad for him, like, telling her what to do, like, to be more civilized.
Yeah. So yeah, I really liked him a lot. He got turned into a bear at the end too, because he was like, "Why haven't you turned me into a bear?" Yeah, I already talked about Michelle Pfeiffer, how much I loved Michelle Pfeiffer. I can go on about Michelle Pfeiffer. I always need a lot of Michelle Pfeiffer. She's great. I love the character, Stephanie. But yeah, once again, the Fae people, Angelina Jolie's people. I mean, are they... What's up with that? I mean...
That's what I said in the prequel.
I mean... I don't know. It's like the movie, it's like the movie wanted to have this thing of unity. Not only the marriage between Aurora and Philip, but unity just amongst other people's, you know, the combining of fays and humans. Let's all get along and happy. That's kind of really what the movie was trying to get down to, you know. But yeah, it was just very simple and basic. The movie was very simple and basic at the end of the day. But still, overall, fine.
I did love the secret fae world, though. Like, there
was
were different... Yeah. There was cold and hot and forest and all kinds of different elements and stuff. I thought
everybody
cool.
looked different. Cause, yeah, Maleficent is very dark in
very
coloration.
Rainbow people. They were like rainforest.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Because you know, Maleficent, she's very dark in nature. The dark wings, the dark hair, and yeah, there's like the other people who have like lighter features, like lighter colorings. Because like some of them have like white wings. You know, because Maleficent has those black wings. There's some who had white wings. I love those ones that had like those rainbow.
Yeah, the rainbow
ones.
Oh,
those were pretty. Those were so pretty. I was like, ooh! I was so pretty.
I was thinking, wait, hold on. Because then I started getting flashbacks to the Pandora ride at Disney. And I was like, wait, I feel, because the way they were gliding through the whole village area, I was like, I'm getting like some Pandora vibes of like, are they going to like make another ride for Maleficent and it be just the Fae world?
The Fae world. It did seem like that ride. The new Pandora
that we would
ride.
glide with them.
But yeah, I liked the design and the look of the Fae world.
I thought the CGI was really cool for that.
Yeah, the CG for all that was great. Everything else was not great, but all of that was great with everybody. Their distinct looks, the look of the world and whatnot. It's like a whole hidden world out there. It's like, where did this place come from? It's been hidden in the sea this entire time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was like in the middle of
the ocean.
Weird.
No one's sent Christopher Columbus out there to go sail the ocean blue to find America or
Apparently
whatever.
He didn't find the Fae world.
He didn't find the world of the Fae. But yeah, overall thoughts and feelings, Stephanie. If you had to give Maleficent #2 a ranking of 1 to 10 Mickey ears, what would you give it?
I don't know. I mean, I would probably sit there and rewatch it over the first one, like if it was on TV. I don't know. I had a decent time with it. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8. I give it an 8 too. I know.
I thought you were going to go lower.
I know I'm sitting here doing a lot of griping about the movie, but I still enjoyed it. I really liked it. There were more elements that I liked about it than I disliked about it.
I gotta do a quick shout out to my J-Rock superstar Miyavi, who was a Fae in the movie too, because I didn't know he was going to be in there, and it was a wonderful surprise. Even though he didn't like speak at all, but of course he looked sweet, being all white-winged and with white hair, majestic.
Looked like he came from an anime.
Looked like he came straight from Bleach, the anime. That was all.
But yeah, overall, Maleficent #2, it was fine. It wasn't terrible. I know I'm sitting here making it sound like it was terrible. Y'all are probably thinking, God damn, she hated this movie.
This movie must suck.
I did
not. She's got Maleficent shirt and Maleficent horns on.
I did not hate this movie. I really liked it. I definitely preferred it over the first one. There were elements that I liked. I think what was strong about the movie was the beginning was very strong. You know, everything prior to Maleficent leaving, you know, but then it's a lot of that middle stuff. Even though the Fae world looked great, it's just that middle stuff with the Fae world Just the world build, just something about the world building with the Fae was just lacking for me, and I found a lot of that stuff kind of boring, and it slowed the narrative down. But then I loved everything at the end when the Fae are attacking the castle, and you find out all of Michelle Pfeiffer's motives and what's going on there, and yeah, the fight at the castle. Yeah, beginning and end were great. Slow was just a little too slow for me. Or middle was just too slow for me. Slow was just, yeah, the middle was just too slow for me and just really lacking. But yeah, acting was fine. Acting was fine. Angelina Jolie was sexy. Like I said, I love Raven Boy. He's the highlight of the movie.
I thought you were going to go, Angelina was sexy, Crow Boy was sexy.
Everybody's pretty, guys. And Michelle
Buttons
Pfeiffer
kept getting lower as the movie went on. I was like, what's going on here?
What? Who lost buttons?
Philip. Like, every scene he was in, like, he lost a button.
He lost a button on
especially there at the end. Like, one button kept getting lost.
Yeah,
Everybody's
sexy. And yeah, even Michelle Pfeiffer, it's like, I know she's in her 50s and she still looks that good. Jeez.
The fairies didn't look sexy.
They did. They were all pretty sexy too. But yeah, you guys, we're just sitting here rambling about sexy people. What kind of review is this, Stephanie? Jesus. Anyway, Maleficent #2. It was fine. It's not terrible like I'm sitting here making it. So you guys, is that it, Stephanie?
Yep.
That is it for our thoughts and feelings on Maleficent 2. That may be a little confusing, but it's okay. What you need to know is that it's a very sexy movie. So you guys, in the
That's your important takeaway.
That's the important takeaway. This movie is very sexy. So you guys, in the comments below, did you guys see Maleficent 2? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Who do you think was the most sexy? Let us know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.